This is a quick tutorial for how to use Theodolite. It's a pretty impressive app that comes with our rental iPads. It's down here on the bottom, you can see right here. And what this does is it allows us to take photos and it will stamp our photos with as much information as we would like. So beyond just the date and time stamp, it'll also stamp our elevation, our latitude and longitude, and the compass direction we're facing, which can be important for photos that we need to recreate later on down the road for monitoring purposes. And it'll also record any custom notes, like if we wanted to put down what the ID of the feature is that we're taking a photo of. So when it comes from the rental company, you're going to need to open it, and up here in the upper left, let's tap on Preferences. And you can see if you wanted to, you could open Position Display Format, and you could change the format that the lat long is recorded in. I usually leave it as is, or sometimes I'll change it to decimal degrees. I want to tap Done. The next thing that we want to do is we want to, well, first we can show you that it's set to WGS84. You could set it to a different one if you wanted to. I always just leave it alone as WGS84, but we need to go into camera options here. For photo, you can see on the bottom left here our watermark options, crosshairs on or off. I prefer off, otherwise you have these huge crosshairs blocking some of your photo. Geodata, we want that on. Custom note, I want to turn that on. And you can choose the text that's going to show up in the upper left to be white, yellow, or green. Really depends on the area that you're taking a photo. For this particular picture out my window, I'm going to leave it on yellow text. Now I'm going to tap Done. I'm okay with everything else in there. It's at set at feet. I could change to meters if I wanted. And then compass is true north and not magnetic. I'm going to choose Done. Now what's really cool, you can see this little box here will help you by changing green to yellow or red if you're not even with the horizon or even with your elevation angle being 0. And then you can see at the bottom here there's this compass, so you can see that I'm facing close to west down here. Then there's also the lens, a 1x, and a photo on the bottom right here. The 1x, that's just a zoom feature. It's not super great, but if you needed to zoom in, I might do 2. 4 is going to get pretty blurry. I'm going to leave it at 1. What I'm going to do now is try to line this up to get it close to what we want, and there it's spot on. I'll take a photo. Now it's asking me the text. So let's say I was taking a photo point. I'll just call it PP for photo point. My team number is 12, and this was the 3rd photo point I've done on this job. Now I'm going to tap Done. It wants to know if it can access my photos. Yes, it can. It's processing. Now what I want to do is close here, open my photos, and now I can see that the date and the time, May 31st, 2015, my lat long, my altitude is 251 feet, my compass bearing direction was 280 degrees, and elevation angle, horizontal angle, we don't really want, but we can't turn that off without turning off a lot of stuff. But we can see at the bottom, PP12003, and then depending on which mobile GIS app you're using, you should be able to record your point, go to record your photo, and it should give you the option of taking a new photo with the camera or accessing the photo library. So you would want to access the photo library so you could pull in the photo that you just took with Theodolite. Alright, that's all for today.